So when it comes to preparing a piglet's immune system for its lifetime, really good piglet health and gut health starts before birth. And so preparing a piglet's immune system for survivability really starts back with the gilt and the sow. And the time that the piglet becomes a fetus to really the time it's weaned is about half of its full lifetime, if you think about it, if you add up all the weeks. And so we cannot wait to start preparing that pig for at weaning time or beyond, which again is a very stressful time for the pig and a susceptible time for that pig in transition. We need to start even before we breed the sow or the gilt. And then we also need to consider colostrum intake of that piglet after birth, because they're born immunocompromised and really in need from immunity from mom. And in essence, at DSM, we've taken two different strategies to support the immunity of that pig. One, to target systemically sow nutrition and that colostrum and milk quality. And then second is to target locally via early colonization of that piglet's mucosal surfaces and shaping of the gut microbiome. Young pigs are rather challenged these days due to the hyperprolific sow, which has limited the micronutrient transfer from the sow to her piglets. With large litters, prolonged farrowings can potentially reduce the viability of some of these piglets. For example, if you're pig number 20 and you're in the back of the line and have patiently waited to be born and receive oxygen and essential nutrients, you're very challenged at that point. And with, again, that high-born alive, the pig needs to fight also after birth for teat space to receive that life-giving colostrum and milk. And also, once pigs are born, they get immediate exposure to a lot of different pathogens in the environment. And we know that 70% of immune cells are in the gut. So that early colonization of the pig's microbiome can play a key role in immune competence. It's really the ability of the body to produce a normal response, immune response specifically, following exposure to any type of antigen. And it's really a natural preventative approach for piglet health. It, again, starts in utero with the dam and even back at the GDU with the gilt, and proper stimulation via acclimation of that animal and all during gestation. And we also need to consider proper nutrition for that gilt and sow as well throughout fetal and piglet growth. And really, gestations become a key window of action to increase piglet robustness at birth. And that immune competency doesn't stop there. It continues to evolve once the piglets are born and they receive that life-giving colostrum and immunoglobulins and nutrition via the sow milk. And that passive immunity, again, is very important and critical to survivability of those piglets. And so, in essence, how well a piglet thrives in the farrowing crate determines its potential lifetime performance and survivability. And again, that can be highly influenced by management of the sow and management of her nutrition. So there are a lot of different management solutions that can help these pigs early in life. The basics are key. So we all think of air, water, and feed, which are very critical to all phases of production, but the piglet is the most vulnerable, especially like drafts and poor ventilation, because a cold pig will not nurse. So we need to make that environment as favorable as possible. That is very critical to survivability. And so is farrowing house hygiene. It's very important, and we want to reduce cross-contamination, so we do all in, all out production. And we follow proper internal and external biosecurity measures and biocontainment measures as well, which is very imperative at this stage so as not to overwhelm those piglets' delicate immune systems. Vaccinations can also be a tool, of course, to help stimulate immunity, but their timing and administration is very critical and must be considered in this stage of production. And lastly, the immune system is very dependent on a lot of different basic nutrients, some of those at which are optimized vitamin nutrition, especially vitamin E, C, and D, because that will improve the serum status of the piglets at birth as well as that colostrum quality and result in better passive immunity and overall litter performance. And micronutrients, we know, play a very critical role in immunology and antioxidant capacity, especially vitamin D, which also supports placental development and fetal skeletal development. And we know that vitamin D is very critical also during farrowing and lactation. It supports good parturition rhythm because its effects on calcium metabolism, and also can help with milk and colostrum yield.